Release me at once in the name of Brokan, and then I'm gonna check if I'm restrained or not.
You are restrained. All of you are have like one hand chained to the wall. You can like move around a bit. It's not like you're directly chained to it, but basically.
I'm gonna look.
In addition to being behind bars, you're also chained.
I'm gonna look to Litrix and just be like, "Well, look, we might be chained, but could you at least do, an elf a favor and at least pour me a drink before we have a nice chat?"
Sure. I mean, I was suggesting I'd bring you some breakfast if you want to.
That is breakfast.
And lunch
Something
and
more.
dinner for you.
He just sighs and he goes over to the heap of stuff, rummages through it, grabs out your wineskin filled with ale and just tosses it to you.
What do you expect me to do with this? And I kind of shake my hands.
No, it's just one hand. You can use both of your hands.
Oh.
Like I said, it's just you can't run away essentially.
So technically,
But you can move around.
Technically, we can cast spells. That doesn't require materials.
Absolutely.
Glorious. Okay, well, I'm just gonna rip the cork off and start chucking. Well, I must admit, whoever chucked that fireball was good at chucking it.
It was Steve, I tell you.
Nah, that was Mr. Dory. He was very upset that you burnt down his house. Actually, you burnt down a lot, didn't you? It caused quite a ruckus.
Hang on a minute.
Dogs did it.
Exactly. There needs to be a little bit of clarification. We were in the vicinity of a warehouse, not his house, and his rabid dogs, like Stolgeg said, decided to get a little angry because they may have seen us, and they whacked the boxes. It's not my fault he didn't train his pets well enough.
Litrix just chuckles a bit and he says, "Yeah, that sounds about right. A few fires in town that are definitely not your fault. Bunch of murdered guards that are also definitely not your fault."
Exactly.
Sounds
Well,
about right.
I'm glad you're on the same page. We are good people, exactly. Otherwise, why would we be chasing you scum down?
He grins and he says, "Well, if you're good people, that would mean that if I give you the keys, you're not gonna instantly murder me, right?"
Well, I think you're gonna have to do some explaining before I want to not murder you, because right now I want to chop your head off.
Just lie.
That's fair.
Just lie.
I can look to Shogeg and just kind of wink.
I can hear you, right? You're right in front of me. Your whispering isn't that quiet.
That was
Just echoes
someone else.
How much ale did you drink? So, an explanation. Because last I checked, you were, playing as a lizard friend of ours. And what seemed to be quite a good one at some stage.
I would like to think I still am, to be honest.
So then explain.
Well, I was the one who convinced them not to murder all of you. I told them that you were more valuable alive, where you could be turned into slaves, possibly.
Yes, but that doesn't explain why, you stole our ship with all of those lovely people on it. With Steve, by the way, and took the disc.
What the hell was I supposed to do? I knew that Steve was just itching to betray all of you.
So you joined him.
Didn't tell us. You could have warned us.
I accompanied him, making sure to keep an eye on him and making sure, because I figured you guys would take much longer to get here in all of your blundering about. And I made sure to quietly sabotage him to not, have the thing happen.
Alright, I'd like to insight this man.
So
Alright.
I would like to do that too. That's
give me some insight checks.
Boris, can I get some guidance? Do you need materials?
Look him in the eye. I know he's a lizard, but look, his eye's twitching. The other eye, not behind the patch.
Oh, damn. I need to roll
No,
a
he's
D4,
definitely
maybe.
a lizard.
Actually,
I
I
can see
get...
it in his eyes.
Oh, I got a 28. Amy, look at that.
All right. Blood, you are really not all that convinced. Stolgeg, you believe him. And Janice, you're pretty sure he's telling the truth, but he does seem nervous. Like his tail is twitching. He keeps looking to the stairs that lead out of the cellar. And even though he is, putting on a bit of a tough act, you get the feeling that he's scared. Not necessarily of you, though.
So, if you are our friend, then you'd be pretty willing to open up this cage, wouldn't you, Litrix? Pass me my
I said
bow,
so.
take the shackles
Yeah.
off.
I just wanted to make sure that you don't instantly murder me.
You still any good at throwing a spear?
Yeah, and you're gonna need my help if you wanna take down Steve.
That's a lie, because you were never good at throwing a spear.
Boom. Roasted.
Now, you're going to tell me what the plan
He
is here,
grabs,
and what
he
you're so
just
scared of.
reaches into his pocket and just chucks a bundle of keys to your feet. And he says, "You are always full of bullshit, Janice. It's impressive, really."
It's about time. I'm gonna grab the keys and release myself. And I'll just...
Oh, come on,
He-
Boris.
yeah,
Literally
just
in the middle.
wait. I'm gonna open Stolgig next.
Yeah, he goes
Nice.
back to his chair, sits down, puts his feet up on the table as he watches you.
So, now that we have a little bit of time, and I'm guessing we don't have a lot of time, yes?
No, I snuck away, but they are probably going to notice it soon.
So we either
You sure
talk
they
about
are?
this now, or we talk about this after.
We have some time. I hope.
We're gonna look back to Boris at Stolgeg and be like, what do you think the plan is, boys? Full frontal assault, or we just leave? Recover our goods and go? Come back on another day?
Should recover our goods and go. Come up with a plan. Come back.
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling quite revitalized. That was a good nap on the wall.
Was it?
Yes,
Yes,
I feel
surprisingly
stronger.
enough, it was. All of your, you stretch a bit and you realize all of your wounds have closed. You feel pretty alright. Someone took actually good care of you.
Does it count as a long rest?
It counts as a long rest, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Mass destruction coming up.
I mean, I already done that when we leveled up, so. Oops.
I didn't realize.
Sneaky bugger.
All right. So, Litrix, you're coming with us?
Of course. Otherwise, you're never gonna find the others.
Plus, I'm sure you know. Actually, where are we? I don't even know where we are. Are we in his boat still? Are we still in his boat?
Do we feel any sort of swinging?
You look around, you are in a stone cellar.
Aston,
Okay.
yeah, right.
Well,
This is a little abandoned house down in the Flotsam, which is the lower district. The really, really shitty place.
We should probably
Okay.
be careful of other
The shitty place
districts.
with all
of
the
this shitty
cults.
city.
Yep.
Yes.
And what was that, Shogeg?
We should probably be careful of other guards besides Litrix as well.
Yep.
Oh no, there's no one else around.
There's no one else around.
Okay.
Why is there no one else around if they've kept us captive?
because I told them to fuck off.
So where's Mr. Dory and Steve?
Steve is down at the temple. Mr. Dory, I have no idea.
Why did they listen to Litrix?
Do you ask him?
Yes.
I would certainly
All
like
right.
to ask him.
Well, because I'm with Steve and he is in good graces with the big boss here. Very much on their side.
So how does Steve go from having been a goblin that we nearly murdered, decided to give him an intellect headband so that he could become a spellcaster, to being a known associate to probably one of the more scariest people on this continent right now?
Well, from what I understand, is the little guy was not very pleased with you murdering his entire family in front of his eyes, and then basically enslaving him.
Hey, I let him go for a good month. That's not enslavement. That's freedom.
Which he
Plus,
took the time
gave
to
him some
acquire
brains.
some scary knowledge and get in touch with some people.
That's fair enough.
We freed him from a life in the caves. This is how he repays us.
We let him live in a society. I don't see the
I
issue.
think he doesn't really like your society or your company.
That's
But it was-
understandable. He's a goblin.
But that was between them. Why did he have to nearly kill me back there?
Boris, you've
But
been with
we're on
us
the
for a
sea-
long time now. You are one of us. What we do, you do. It's Procon's wheel.
I don't think at this point he very much cares who he drags into this.
Gonna twist his little head off.
No, I'm just gonna take the
Might
intellect
be more
band
difficult.
off his head, and then he'll just be stupid and can't remember anything. It'd be great.
He has brought some friends here. I should probably warn you.
Litrix, have you ever known us to be stumped by a few friends? Come on, we're trying to stop a god being born. I don't think a few goblin friends are gonna stop us.
No goblin friends. Mm-mm. One of them is actually a very good acquaintance of yours.
Ned?
The hag?
God damn it, Ned. See, I blame Brathar. I would have murdered that man in a cage if his self-righteous ass didn't step in line. I'm gonna have a word with that man. I'm gonna send a pigeon out.
Yeah,
Aw.
Ned has changed a bit.
He would have after those spider bites. That's fine. We'll deal with him again.
Yes, we dealt with him the first time. We could deal with both of them again.
And
Then
this
find
time,
out what the hell is going on around here.
Don't let
Is
it
Ned the Lantern Killer? Is that what's going on around here?
Oh no, the lantern killer was the kid they hanged a while ago.
Oh,
And now
that's-
someone else is doing it.
Well, problem solved, right? Great.
didn't we let that kid go?
Yeah.
We did let that kid go, and we found out from that kid that he was possessed.
Apparently.
This is some cult shit.
It is.
Well,
But with Proton's might, we'll purge the city.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we've already set fire to it in numerous sides, but that's fine.
I thought you
us.
didn't.
That wasn't us. With the elbow punch.
Oh, sorry, I haven't had enough drink yet. Clearly, don't worry about me.
We know who did this, but it wasn't us.
We as the
captured the
collective
guard.
us that were present at that moment in time when the fire started, but wasn't us three.
We are
Exactly.
merely witnesses.
Understand?
Yeah, I would never expect any of you to start any fires anywhere.
And I wouldn't expect you to believe if I would tell you that the first fire was caused by guard captain, not us.
Anyway,
Well, if Janice had said it, I probably wouldn't have, but you're the only one of them who has some form of integrity, even though it's completely warped.
What? I can't hear you. Speak up. I'm old, you know.
Right.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm getting kind of thirsty and this is running out. Can we go? It's kind of cold and damp and, I'd like to leave before guards get back. I think we can talk about this on the way, yes?
Where do you want to go?
Also, my swords better be in good condition.
Oh, they are somewhere there.
Old Faithful better be shining. That's all I'm saying. But
the
anyway.
They are lying in a puddle, half, they half slid out of their scabbards. They are just obviously have been chucked on the floor.
Hope they didn't touch the.
I get if you want to murder us because of your cats or dogs, whatever they were, burning down their house. But you just don't treat a man's and elf's swords like this. These are good swords. I got these at discount. This one speaks to me.
And I know it would annoy the shit out of you.
So you did this.
You grab your bow and you notice that someone has scribbled lizard folk graffiti on it.
Ooh. Can I hit that man? I would like to punch him. Just can I punch him?
Give me an attack roll.
I would like to just punch him and just say, "This is like it's nice to it's nice to have you back, but stop being a fuck." Come on, delays.
I can roll for you.
I'm just rolling my short sword.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Glorious.
Yep. You just punch him square in the jaw, and he reels back a bit and chuckles.
I'm gonna grab him by the clasp his hand and help him back up. Grab his bowl of popcorn and just smack it against his chest. He's like, now, let's be on our way. And I just take my swords, wrap my belt around, put my bow on my back, and just.
Those 5 gold for that magical permanent marker were so worth it.
I swear
That's a
to
cheap
God.
deal.
Very cheap deal.
Anyway, let us go upstairs. I'm starting to climb up.
Yep. You climb up the stairs. You emerge into a really terrible, shitty, abandoned room that probably used to be both living room and bedroom at the same time. The walls are rotten. It looks like it's been vacated a long time ago. And you look outside. It's late morning. There are quite a few people around, but all of them look either... It's mostly beggars or just really poor people. All of them look squalid and half-starved. Many seem sick. You also see quite a few invalids around, missing legs and limbs or having severe alchemical burns. All of that. It just does not look like a good place to be.
Still, look, these guys are much better at scamming people with the bloody invalid thing. This one looks like he's really sick.
Turns out having really lost your legs helps.
I bet she's not earning as much as the other guy there, let's face it.
You also see a few really dirty kids playing in the mud. fencing with sticks, and they see you, and like their eyes go wide as they like stare at all of your fancy gear. But they don't come close. They seem kind of scared of you.
Okay, I suppose I lost my tarp.
I'm just gonna hiss at the kid.
You did. Your tarp got burned up.
Oh yeah. Gonna have to find another one.
You hiss at the kid, and they all scream and run away.
Oh God, children! I swear to God.
Give me some perception checks, everyone.
Perception.
Yeah, I need to get this back up.
I'm gonna roll last.
I got a big storm going on outside.
Oh yeah.
Good fun.
The Stogegg storm has arrived.
Let's get.
All right. All of you have the intense feeling that you are being watched. Can't make out where from, but you all have the feeling, like at the back of your mind, that someone is watching your every move.
Do you also feel it?
Letrix, are you sure those guards left?
Yes.
So why do I get the feeling we're all being watched?
Probably because we are.
So I'm sure you know these streets well, yes?
A little bit, but it's a really confusing place. Like, houses collapse and are rebuilt all the time. But yeah, I know my way around.
So what say we go back to the priest's house across the other side of town? Everyone agree?
I think we should expect a trap over there. I mean, that's the first place we would go, and the
But look,
second.
the only one who knows about that place is the lovely lady who offered it this deal in the first place.
Who we don't know.
priest.
And the
Who we
priest.
don't know much.
And the
And the
priest.
boy.
And the kid.
And the kid.
That is a
Basically
good
everyone.
point. Okay.
And the guard. And the guard
And the
captain.
guard captain.
all right.
That you
all right.
tortured.
Look, the only other places we have are the Drunken Crab and the ship. And as far no, actually, we don't have the ship because the ship left because of all the fires. So we either just find a rundown house to hide in, or we go to the Drunken Crab. Right now, the abandoned house sounds much more safer than the Drunken Crab.
You think so?
Well, there's a lot of eyes and ears in this town, from what we know, because people have just been watching us a little too much. So maybe it's best to go unnoticed for once.
Well, we are on wanted list, so I wouldn't go into the public pub.
Yeah, that's true. It's either that or we crack out these bad boys, and I just like unsheath my shorts a little bit with my thumbs. Shing!
Just like in anime moment.
I mean, I still have the disguise kit. We could make each other up. I don't know. Makeover.
Let us hide somewhere.
We can all be Girlstick.
Litrick speaks up and he says, I know of a few abandoned hidden places around here where we might be able to lie low for a few hours. Not too long though, but for a bit.
Well, I suggest we make haste. And I'm gonna.
There's a place.
Are we gonna stealth? Are we gonna like kind of try and sneak away?
To the back
He would
alleys.
strongly recommend trying to not stay out.
All right. Well, I would like to cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone. So you all
Alright,
get
cool.
+10 to your stealth rolls.
Nice.
Good.
Alright.
Is there any like mud or dirt around I can use as well?
There is pretty much just mud and dirt.
I'm just gonna
There's nothing
grab
clean
as
here.
much mud and dirt I can and just like sheath myself in it, like prepare my camouflage. But, like,
Alright,
not use it just for like when I'm ready.
You
Yeah.
know, there might be some diseases in that mud.
Yeah, it seems like to be, more like contaminated sludge, and it sort of burns your skin a little bit. Not enough to actually deal damage, but, It's
Alright.
not fun.
I'm good to go.
Actually,
Alright.
actually,
Yeah, with all of you together with Pass Without Trace and Litrix's help, you follow him and he leads you to a sort of a bit more quiet place in town. And he tells you that it's rumored to be, like, the houses around here are rumored to be cursed, so people usually don't come near. And
Okay.
he leads you to a house that's even more decrepit than the one you emerged from earlier, but inside is surprisingly dry, and what's more important, it has no windows. So, except for the door, no one will be able to enter or peek in.
sounds like a good place to rest. And
Smells
come up
like
with a proper
soot.
plan.
But it'll do.
He, goes to the back of the room and he lifts a few floorboards and just starts pulling out supplies, like some food and some ale. And he says, I prepared a few hideouts in case you guys showed up.
Well, you're certainly off to a good start, good sir. And I'm gonna take the ale out of his hand and just find like something to sit on. Is there any like kind of table or something that's not like ruined in this place?
Yeah, there's like, there is a bit of furniture, but it all looks like it might collapse at any point. But if you try to sit down, it holds for now.
Damn, I was kind of hoping it would collapse when I sat, but sure.
We can make it happen if you want.
Yeah, that can be arranged.
Can I kick the legs out from underneath?
You can very easily kick the legs out from under him, yes.
Oh, I should do so.
I will allow it.
Alright, you crash onto the floor.
Keep
Yeah.
it quiet.
A heap of mildew, dust, and fungus spores.
I feel like with my camouflage, I might just kind of like blend in.
There's Janice.
Janice had
to look down.
become...
Oh, you were sitting there? My bad.
Couldn't
There
see
you
you.
go.
You owe me 20 for that one.
Just take out 20 coppers and drop it on him.
I'm just gonna start talking to Litrix from the floor. So, what exactly is going on in this town with Mr. Dory?
Well, turns out, you remember all those people trying to get their hands on those discs that you guys found?
Yes, the 2 of the 3 discs we had before you took. Yes, please go on.
Yes. He just, completely glosses over it. Well, turns out all of that was arranged by Mr. Dory, but he's not the mastermind behind it. He's sort of...
Middleman.
There's someone else pulling the strings. I'm not entirely sure who it is. They all just call him the Whisperer. And I can tell you, he does whisper, usually in my mind. And I'm pretty sure he tried to take over at some point. But, you know me. I'm a stubborn man.
You are very stubborn and quite lazy.
Also that.
But have you heard any whispers recently?
Oh yeah. Every time we get new orders. But nowadays, it's usually just Steve who organizes people, telling them what to do.
So how am I to know that while you're in our company, he's just not going to take over at some point and try and kill us? The few people that, by the way, are probably trying to find him and stop him from whatever it is he is trying to do here.
He shrugs and he says, none, not at all. But he already failed once. Pretty sure I can fight him off again.
Well, it might come to a point where I have to get Stolgeg to kill you.
I'm pretty confident I can do that.
He rolls his eyes and he says, "If you want to kill me, just say it.